Hey bitches, welcome to my channel. My name is Will and happy Pride season. In honor of it being the Pride season, I thought it could be kind of fun to review Pride products from one of my favorite companies, Crocs. I have loved Crocs for many years, ever since I was a child, and I have 32 pairs in my collection currently, and I'm very proud of my collection. But this year, the Crocs Pride collection didn't do it for me, and I was honestly disappointed going onto their website. As a Crocs fan, I will give them the slight benefit of the doubt and mention that as I'm filming this, it's not officially June, so maybe they were just waiting for it to actually be Pride Month to do their big reveal. But to me, judgment starts as soon as they put Pride products on the line. And you're not immune to my opinion. So let me talk about what's going on in the Crocs Pride collection this year. I also just want to jump in and say, in the past, I haven't necessarily thought that Crocs Pride collections have been terrible. Last year in 2021, I think their Pride collection was honestly pretty solid. I wasn't too disappointed with it, and I'm pretty sure that they actually posted that they were donating some of the profits that they made off of their Pride shoes to LGBTQ plus organizations, which is doing it right in my opinion, because a lot of companies very obviously don't actually give a fuck about Pride, and instead all they really care about is making a profit because, hey, now it's trendy to be gay, so we can make some money off of it. So let's just slap some rainbows on things, sell them to the little gay people, and bada bing, bada boom, money. And that's offensive. And I honestly oftentimes refrain from buying Pride products because it's obvious that companies just don't give a fuck, because the second June is over, bitch, they're right back to not giving a single fuck about Pride. It's just one big cash grab to people. However, there are some companies I can tell really do care, and this year Crocs does not seem like one of them. This year, their products seemed extremely basic, not very well thought out, and it honestly just seemed like they were doing the bare minimum to get Pride products out there so that they could say they had Pride products too. And this is not coming from somebody who already hates Crocs. This is coming from somebody who has loved them and is just downright disappointed. There have also been issues with Crocs, in my opinion, where they've released Pride products, but they weren't really new and they were just listed as new. There was one specific instance, I think in 2020, that they had these white shoes with the rainbow outline on like the bottom, and they were really pretty, but they were listed as new. And my best friend Caitlin already had those Crocs in her collection since at least February of 2020, but they were supposedly just newly released in June of 2020. Make it make sense, bitch. My hair tie just snapped. It's so fun. And my fucking bracelet just snapped off. Grab a big old cup of tea because it's about to all be spilled. So, initially when I was going on to their website and looking at their Pride products, and I discovered that it was mainly just gibbets, which wouldn't necessarily be a terrible thing. Crocs is always releasing a lot of shoes, and I was like, okay, maybe it's okay if the gibbets are like really fun or like really good, but they weren't. And honestly, they did have shoes listed under their Pride section, but they weren't new, they weren't original, they weren't creative. They were their basic Crocs that have been on their website for literally years. They were just listed in rainbow order and shown on the website. That's pretty low in my opinion. Listing things in the order of Voy Biv doesn't mean you care about Pride. It just means you know how to make a rainbow. I was really disappointed to go on their website and see that, because it doesn't represent Pride to me at all. And I hadn't even heard anything about them being donated to LGBTQ plus organizations or anything. They just listed their shoes in rainbow order. and their gibbets weren't much better to me. And it's disappointing to say as a Crocs fan. So let me just pull up some of them for you. One of the first things I saw on their website was this multi-pack of like the transgender color gibbets, which as somebody who is non-binary and falls under the transgender umbrella, I personally find it disappointing that a lot of companies, including Crocs, don't really make anything in like the non-binary pride colors or the lesbian pride colors, pansexual, bisexual, asexual. They don't really make anything in a lot of pride colors except the rainbow and transgender. They kind of just take two basic things and make products based off of those, and we never really get to see representation for anything else in the community. And I know some people can just see the rainbow and like count that as any part of the LGBTQ plus community, which is fine, but I just wish companies could be a little more creative when it came to pride. I'd love to see a lot more non-binary, pansexual, asexual, intersexual, the whole works. But unfortunately, it's just not the reality for most companies. With that being said, I don't think this gibbets pack is completely horrible, but it feels more like it was made by an ally of the community rather than somebody who's actually transgender or under the transgender umbrella and knows what it feels like, because they're just pretty. And obviously it's shoes, so like they're supposed to be cute, and I get that, but I think you can still have a good message and be cute at the same time. This was literally just basic. They had the flag, which is fine. Then they had a couple gibbets in the transgender colors and then some little sparkles. I don't think this is terrible, and I do think they would be kind of cute in a pair of shoes to wear out and about. They just kind of feel like it just feels like it was kind of a lazy design, and I also don't think any of these gibbets are actually new. I think they've just been like reused and slapped into this little multi-pack for Pride season. Next up, we have the gay pack of gibbets, and frankly I'd rather you just call me a slur, because some of these seemed borderline offensive, and they just took a bunch of gay cliches and stereotypes and put them in this pack of gibbets. I would say I like about half of the gibbets in this pack. The rest of them kind of offend me and make me feel like Crocs is telling me that I'm going to hell. They just took like peace signs, glitter, and rainbows and put it all into one pack of gibbets. It's cute, but I feel like it's a little much. And not all of these gibbets are even new. I can't pull up specific Pride lines from past years, but I can pull up some articles from websites that show pieces from past Pride collections, and I know I've seen those fucking sunglasses. I know I've seen some of the rainbows, so they ain't even new. Once again, they're just recycling their little Pride gibbets and putting it in a new pack and marketing it once again for Pride Month. The yes sis in the up left corner there really just ties it all together for me and makes me feel like a piece of shit. And if you love that gibbet, good for you. Like, I'm not telling you that you can't enjoy these products just because I hate these products. To me, it just feels borderline offensive. And I know rainbows and glitter and sparkles are an amazing thing, and they are a big part of a lot of people's lives, but that's not all that being gay is, in my opinion, or being a part of the LGBTQ plus community is. It's about being happy to be who you are and not just slapping glitter and rainbows on everything. And it feels like that's what a lot of Pride companies do with their products. Next, we have a pack that kind of confuses me because it doesn't really feel prideful except for the one rainbow leading to the heart, which was in the last pack I just looked at. So they're like taking it and selling it in another pack, like a blue, white, and purple one, and then there's a little yin yang, which could be more subtle pride, which I do enjoy. I like when you can have a product in the colors but don't necessarily have to explicitly say pride on it. It makes it easier for people who aren't out yet or don't want it or just aren't as extroverted to still represent pride. But this just doesn't feel prideful to me. They just look like cute summer gibbets, and I'm not entirely sure why they're listed in the pride section. Maybe someone can correct me if these are really monumental for you or like the yin yang means something to you, but do it for me. Then there was a New Year ball. Once again, this was listed as a Pride product, and I'm not entirely sure why. Maybe I'm just missing the mark on something here. I'm still kind of in my baby gay phase a little bit because I'm not able to be out to a lot of people. I don't, just go out on the town and like do a lot of things, but it's a disco ball. And then this one is 0 because it's your fucking average Walmart happy to help smiley face. I literally don't know why this is in the Pride collection, and I can guarantee you that I already have this on one of my Crocs or in my Gibbets collection because it's a smiley face. This is not new. This is not Pride. What part of it is Pride? It's a smiley face. I see this walking down the aisles at Walmart. Maybe it's supposed to say that you're happy to be prideful or something. This is one product I would have actually liked to maybe see rainbows or something actually making it feel like it's prideful instead of just taking a smiley face that I'm positive already existed and just putting it in the Pride section. What? Because it's happy? I literally don't get it whatsoever, and it kind of pisses me off. And that was basically it for Crocs Pride collection. They had a couple more Gibbets on there. They had a couple more Gibbets and stuff on there, but for the most part, that's all I was able to see. I mean, they did have some individual rainbows. They did have some of the Gibbets you saw in the packs individually. They did have some letters. They like marketed their letters LOVE for love and put that in there, but once again they're just taking their lettered Gibbets that already exist and throwing it in the Pride section just because it says love. There's not even something that says love is love or something like that. Literally just love. They're basic letters taken and shoved in the Pride section. Looking at it right now, there's white clout glasses. It seems like they just trying to get some clout saying that they making products for the LGBTQ+ and they don't really give a fuck, if you're asking me. This doesn't feel like Pride. This feels like profit to me, and honestly I'm disappointed that it's one of my favorite companies, but as somebody who's in the LGBTQ+ community, I'm not just gonna sit here and say I love Crocs for making a Pride collection when their Pride collection is disappointing me. I'm disappointed and I wish they do better, and I know that Crocs isn't the only company who does shit like this, but it is disappointing. Now, I'm not like completely giving up my love for Crocs or something because I know they're not the only company to do this, and I'm giving them a chance to see maybe they'll donate to LGBTQ+ organizations or they'll do something later on this Pride season. Last year, I feel like they actually did relatively well. I bought a pair of Pride Crocs last year. They were platform with little colorful flowers on them. They were my type of Pride shoe, and Crocs donated to LGBTQ+ organizations last year. This year, I just feel like they're lacking. I feel like they were lazy. And if you're gonna make a Pride collection, this is the one time you should go big or go home. And they should have went home. You can take Pride products and make them funny or make them a good thing, or you can take Pride products and make us feel like shit. It's up to you, companies. What you gonna do? With that being said, though, I do hope everybody in the community and the allies of the community have an excellent Pride season. Kind of disappointed with the Pride products, but that's just the way the cookie crumbles. As always, see you in my next video, and peace out.